happy Friday. Hope everyone had a fantastic week, full of games and everything else. Yeah. Michael and I have been playing a bunch of games. I've been liking the weekly challenges, the versus challenges, because it gives us, like, you know, an exciting, maybe older title or something that hasn't been hitting the table very frequently. So we got to play Trajan last Sunday, and Michael really liked it, so that was exciting. And then on this Sunday, we will be playing Isle of Cats, the Isle of Cats, because that's what was voted for. And that's a game I really love, so I'm happy to bring that back to the table. And I know Michael likes it too. And with 2 players, it will go pretty quickly, but it's a game that everybody should play, I think, because it has drafting and everything. And this week we got some new challenges up. I put up Grand Austria Hotel and La Grange, both games which involve dice and choosing actions with dice and drafting dice and stuff like that. So I feel like they're very same level of, awesomeness. And I know both of them Michael will really like. Oh, there we go. Stray's all about contributing to La Grange already. Boom. I love dice, Michael says. Of course, I know. These are both games I think you'll really, really enjoy. Dr. Sign has contributed to La Grange. Look at that. 25% complete, just like that. Maybe I should have made it 20,000. Or maybe that these choices were just more well liked than last week, because last week we kind of went a longer time to get to the Isle of Cats versus Castell, so maybe people just didn't know about them as much. But when Trajan hit, it was like Trajan, so maybe it's just picking games that people really like anyway, so they just want to see it being played. So we got those 2 challenges going on right now, which is exciting. And of course we got the cooperative game night for March, which is near completion. Or is it complete? Oh, I think it is complete, actually. So we're going to be doing that in March, for sure. Yay, co-ops. Michael's so excited. So we'll get a bunch of great games played on that day. Maybe it'll be my birthday. I want to play Pathfinder, as we expressed our interest in Pathfinder on Wednesday, because I'm like, what do we want to play on Wednesday? And it was just like we didn't really know. We weren't particularly in the mood for one game or another, so we're like, what should we play? And we ended up playing a bunch of different games, and it ended with our own little take on the mind. So that was exciting and fun. So if you want to see how we did with the mind on Wednesday, 2 days ago, you can check out that post video. Yeah, we were like, let's see how far we can get, and I think we got to like level 20 or something before I was dumb and ran out of lives. But it gets kind of challenging, because the timing just changes a little bit, so it's like hard to really do well. Anyway, it was a lot of fun playing all these games. Oh, that's okay, Michael. That's fine. I haven't even started talking about the games that I was going to talk about. So I was just kind of doing a weekly recap, brief weekly recap on the stream on what we played and everything. So I'll talk about what I talked about in the blogs. And this is, what we've been playing. And a lot of new games because... Well, so one night, I didn't really talk about all these games, but one night, I'm like, Dan, teach me a bunch of games on BGA. So we sat and played like 9 different new games that we just learned on the spot. And, on BGA, they're pretty easy to learn, and just, there aren't like rules heavy that we learned. And all the games were fine. And I don't even think I'll cover them in the blog, because they're all just probably not worth playing again. And I have a bunch of new games coming in. And the new to me blog comes out Monday. So I'll have little blurbs on these different games that are on BGA, but I won't get into full detail, because most of them are probably not worth your time. So, they all can't be winners. And I have a bunch of games that came in for review this week, so I'm going to be showing those off in a few. So I'm gonna have a lot to play in the next couple weeks. So I have a lot of games to cover. Hey, Apook, it goes very well. Happy Friday to you. I'm just getting into the Friday groove. And I was just talking about that. Monday I have my New to Me blog coming out. I've learned already 40 games this month, but the month isn't over yet. I still have today, tomorrow, and Sunday to add more games to this list. And I got a bunch of new games that I definitely want to be trying if possible. So, whatever I can manage in the next couple days to add to my list on Monday, that would be awesome. And, yeah. So, what's this? Oh, okay. And, yeah, Michael and I learned a bunch of games yesterday, which was exciting. Like, we played, Pandemic Cthulhu and Holy and... What else did we play? Oh, The Key, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But all those games will be featuring soon on the stream, probably. And, yeah, so a lot more to come, for sure. But this week... I talked about in the blog, the first game I want to talk about is Trajan. This was the game that everybody on the stream wanted to see being played. So last week, Michael and I got together. We learned it. Well, he learned it. And then we could play it on the stream on Sunday. So it was a back-to-back Trajan fest over here. A couple games of Trajan, which is fantastic, according to me. I really like Trajan a lot. So I was excited to get this game played a few times, and yeah, I just kind of mentioned it earlier, but if you've joined since the stream started, there's a new versus challenge going on right now. So if you liked seeing Trajan being played, well, maybe you can pick the next game as well. We got Lagrange and Grand Austria Hotel up for the versus challenge for this week's challenge to be played next Sunday. Trajan. Yes, exactly. Trajan is a delicious game. It's so good. And so I wrote about that, and I think the first game was super close. Michael beat me by 1 point, which was so close. But I think I got him back on when we played on the live stream, so I guess it evens out. Another game that, let me see if I can make sure I can get links. Link. Because I want to make sure everybody gets their links. Trajan. I'm sure people know what Trajan is, but just in case, I know that there was a recent reprint with the new white cover. It's really pretty. So that's the link for Trajan. And my next game that I wanted to talk about is called Loop. Loop. The Life of Ordinary People. So it's kind of like a Pursuit of Happiness type of game. And, but different. So this game, I think, is going to Kickstarter really soon. I don't know dates for things like this, but I got a preview copy. So this is Loop. Here's a link for Loop. And it's kind of like whoever can get to 12 happiness first will trigger the end of the game. Or if the materials run out, the game trigger will happen. So you're trying to manage your happiness with use of materials because you don't want to overuse materials. So you're trying to use these materials in a productive way so you can get your leisure activities and your happiness up. But then you might have to go to work, so your happiness goes down, but you gain money so you can do these other things. And so you're trying to manage all this. But then there's this mechanic with a favor card. And so I could just be like, hey, Michael, here's a favor. I'm giving you a favor. And he pretty much has to accept, or his... Oh, we got a raid coming in. BGGTV, thank you so much for the raid. That's awesome. I saw you guys playing Similo earlier. I'm just talking about games as I do on Fridays, as I just talk about games I've played all week and new games I'm excited for and everything. Yeah, so excellent. Hopefully your Similo was awesome. I know TriCon was this weekend, so BGG was participating in that event a little bit with the Similo. So congrats on that, Derek. Hopefully that went well. So thank you guys for joining us today. Every Friday, I like to talk about games that I've written about in my blog and exciting things that are happening, going on, this weekend and into next week. And right now, we have community challenges going on. So every week on Friday, I like to have a versus challenge where people can spend their channel points on one or the other game. And then we will play that game next Sunday, not this Sunday, but the week following. So if it hits a goal point, we will play that game. If the other one hits the goal point, we won't play that game because whatever one goes first, we will play. And so this week I've decided the challenge will be between Grand Austria Hotel and La Granja. So if you have extra channel points you want to supply to the versus challenge, by all means you can use your channel points to have influence on what we play on the stream here. So that's exciting. I love both of these games, and Michael hasn't played either, so it's about time that he plays them because I know he will love them. So one or the other will get played, provided it hits the funding goal of 16,000 channel points. And you can supply up to 2,000 channel points each stream that we are live. And so every Sunday we play games. Every Wednesday we play games starting at 5 p.m. Central, and we usually play about three games, 3 or 5 games. We like to play lots of games over here. And then Fridays, I just kind of talk about the games we've been playing. So that's what's going on this channel right now. And I was in the middle of explaining a new game called Loop. And so Loop is kind of like a pursuit of happiness type game. And you're trying to get your happiness to level 12. And if you can do that, you will trigger the end of the game and probably win because you're super happy. But you're going to have to go to work, and that will cause your happiness to go down, and you're going to need to collect materials and make your, leisure activities possible. And you're trying to do these different secret goals as well. So you're trying to gain your happiness, meet your secret goals. But then there's this mechanic with favor cards, and these favor cards are here, Michael, I'm going to give you a favor, and he has to accept or his reputation will go down, so you don't want to do that. But he could offset it with the same card if he has that card in his hand. So you're trying to balance on when a good time to play these favor cards and when it's most beneficial to you. And it's interesting because towards the end of our game that we played, I figured out how they could really work to your benefit, and maybe I should have been using them a little bit more strategically during the gameplay. I didn't think they had that much power, but they kind of have a lot of power. So if you have the cards, you might do really well. But I could see this game is not really designed for 2 players. It's fine with 2 players, and there is a solo mode, so if you're into solo gaming, that could work. But it would have a really great interaction with more players, so I think the game for me will be better with more players, maybe 3 or 4 players. So Michael says, yeah, the reputation/favor deal is very Chinese in nature. So hi Matt, welcome to the channel. He's starving. He's got to go find food. Okay. So that was Loop. So that will be hitting Kickstarter probably in the near future. I believe early March or sometime in March is going to happen. Michael says, which makes sense because they're a Hong Kong design group. So that's where the favors come into play. So there you go. A little bit of Chinese culture there. We played a game called Trapper Keeper Game, and then we actually played it the next day on the stream. So it's a really great little card game in the vein of something like Cat Lady. If you like that game, I think you'd really like Trapper Keeper Game. It's found at Target, and it comes in a little Trapper Keeper binder. It's super cute, and I really like this game. It was a nice surprise, and it's a game I would gladly play anytime. It's a set collection game. And you put them in your little folder, and you try and collect the doodles, and you try and collect the homework and all the different things, good quizzes and stuff. 3 different trapper styles, as Michael said. Yeah, you could have a space box. You could have, I have a rainbow unicorn, obviously. And I think there's a tropical one with some palm trees. And so it's super cool, retro. I think people who have that nostalgia factor for the Trapper Keeper and like that time, you'll probably find this game very entertaining. So that's cool. I had a great time. Much better than I might have thought it would be. And it's probably going to end up being a keeper. So it's a Trapper Keeper for sure. We played a game called Wonder Woman Challenges of the Amazon, I believe. It's a cooperative game from Ravensburger. And this actually I got in a nice piff almost to pay it forward first. He so I got it from my friend Richard. He follows the blog. He's been, following me for a while now, and I met him at Origin several years ago, so that was awesome. And so he's very nice, and he had these extra games that he didn't want. So he's like, do you want any of these games? I'm like, oh, I would like to try this and this and this. I've played a few of the games that he sent over this way, and, I've had a great time learning them, and this was one of them. And so this is a cooperative game in the, Michael said it reminded him of Pandemic, and it does, because these little enemy figures are splurting up all over the place on the map. You have to go take care of them, as well as you're trying to take care of the evil enemy, his full life force. So you're trying to manage the board as well as you can without getting defeated. And I saw some really horrible reviews originally, but you know what? The game wasn't that bad, and I certainly enjoyed the. I'm not sure it's a game that's gonna hit the table all the time, but for a IP, it wasn't bad at all, and I think a lot of people have been enjoying it. I went back and saw some of the reviews at the top of the comment section of BGG, the comments. I'd like to read those and just see what people have to say. And a lot of people have been enjoying it, and it's a nice little cooperative game. So I was pleasantly surprised, because my bar was fairly low. And let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. And yeah, so I'm glad we got to try it, and got it off the unplayed shelf, or the shelf of opportunity, as some may say, as I usually say. Just because the shelf of opportunity is very large, and there's so many games that I haven't played. But yeah, it was good. I'm glad we played it. So then that brings me to Wednesday's blog. And on Wednesday's blog, I talked about Roman Roll with the new expansion Gladiators. This is on Kickstarter right now. So if you really like Roman Roll, or if you're interested in pretty, thinky, in-depth, lots of strategy, lots of planning. I guess it's also a roll and write. It's really a big game to be called a roll and write, because the game is fairly lengthy and there's a lot of choices. Yes, you are drafting dice and you are, kind of drawing, but you're not drafting dice and marking your thing. You have a lot of options on what you're doing with your actions. So it may or may not involve writing, but, generally I suppose it does. But you draft dice, and then you individually take turns back and forth. And now the new Gladiators expansion adds more content, another new mechanic, another new resource. It doesn't add so much where you're just like, oh my god, what? This is too much. I don't think it adds too much. I think it's fine. But the game is already fairly long, and it certainly makes the game longer. But it's interesting, and I think there's another new option for those who already like the game, and I don't see why, if you already like the game, why you wouldn't enjoy this expansion as well. So I definitely think the game's worth checking out if you like heavier roll and writes. This is more of a board game than a roll and write. So yeah. It's on Kickstarter, so check that out. Turksy was nice. He's like, thanks for giving me the prime spot. I'm like, yeah, your Kickstarter went up and I played it, so I'm excited to show it off a little bit for you. And so he's a nice guy. And he follows all over the place. He's kind of all over social media. So if you haven't interacted with Turksy, then I bet you could if you're a fan of his designs. Michael's like, love me some Turksy. There you go. Another game that's on Kickstarter right now is a game called Dawn on Titan, which I think a prototype was heading my way, but I don't know, the mail kind of didn't come last week or something, and so it's probably still on the way. But I did get to check it out on TTS because I know it went to Kickstarter, and Dan and Troye were kind and read through the rules so we could play it, and yeah, it's a game. it's a game. I don't know. I think it needs a lot of work. I think they should have waited and postponed the Kickstarter a little bit as they figured out exactly what they want the game to be, because it seems like there's not a whole lot there. But I'm willing to give it a try, especially because it's still a prototype, and if they change the rules a little bit, it might turn into something that is a little bit more interesting than what it is at the moment. And so I just kind of featured it in the blog. I didn't really like express my dislike for it, but it's not really right now. I don't think it's a great game, so they need to fix it up a little bit, and that's my opinion. There we go. Okay, so we also played a game called Mercado de Lisboa. Mercado de Lisboa. This is a Vital Lacerda game, and it's a joint effort design, and he was one of the names on it. And it's a much lighter game than any of the other Lacerda games that you're thinking of, because he usually has a very heavy, deep Euro thematic game play. And so this is very much not that. This is fairly abstract tile placement to collect money. So you're opening up these little like restaurants or like stalls, if you will, and then you want your customers to come and like buy your food. And so it's very simple, not much there. You do one thing on your turn. I mean, so you want to take the prime spots, but you also want to get the prime customers, and then you have to wait until it's your turn again before you can do one or the other. And so people are going to ultimately take what you want, and I don't know. It left me feeling frustrated, and the game, to me, wasn't that much fun. And people were teaming up with each other, and they did well, and, some people are getting lucky, and I don't know. The game overall wasn't for me, and that's fine. I'm glad I got to try it, because I definitely wanted to try a lighter Lacerda game just to see how it was, and it didn't deliver, in my opinion. But again, this is just my opinion. I'm curious if anybody out there has played it, if you like it. For me, there was definitely no wow factor. So, it is what it is. We also played, Michael and I learned the next in line mystery rummy game called Al Capone. And Al Capone, I forget what else, the Chicago Underworld maybe is the rest of the title. I don't remember. But yeah, it's the next in the series of Mystery Rummy. We've been enjoying this Mystery Rummy series recently, so working our way through it. For me, this game has a lot of great features. I love the huge deck of cards. I love the huge melds that you can have. I love trying to collect, like all the gangsters of one type. I like drawing 2 cards from the top of the deck. What I don't like is the raid feature, which is basically stealing other people's melds. And so Michael's like, just wait until you can't do it. I'm like, well, I always try and wait until I can't, but then the one time I wait too long, and then you go out, and then I have all my cards in my hand, and then it's like, well, then I get no points. And so the thing with this game, the Al Capone mystery rummy game, is that you really need to play your melds early so you can start doing the other little bonus cards. Because if you have a meld in play, then you can play the search card to say, hey, Michael, do you have, the Frank Capone card in your hand? And then I would get it because I have the meld in play. And so you want these melds in play, but you don't because they're going to get rated, but you do because you want them to. So it has this like weird like feeling of you want to play them, but you don't, but you do. And so, yeah. Michael's like, I disagree. I do gamble and I lose occasionally. Not all the time, but sometimes I do. Raid works only if you have a meld. Exactly. You have to have the meld. And so, yeah, if there's 7 cards that you could possibly have in your meld, you want to wait till you have 5. And I agree, that's true. But if you have the other gavel card, which says, hey, do you have this card in your hand? And you can snatch up all those cards if the meld is in play. And so there's like, nah. Yeah. I mean, I understand you, but I just don't really like that feature. So, I've been told that this game plays really well with 4 players, and maybe I would like it better with 4 players. It's not that I dislike this game. I just don't like it as much as the other ones. You can hear the frustration. Yeah, I know. It's frustrating. It's definitely my least favorite of the Mystery Rummy series thus far. Okay. And so that brings me to, hey, today's blog. Today's blog was great. We played a game called Cross Clues. I'm like, oh, we could play this on the stream. It's going to be so much fun. Everybody could play with us. And then we set up the game. We're like, oh, there's a timer. It really won't work with the stream because they need to have information like D1. They need to give us a clue for D1. So I'm like, all right, we'll just play 2-player. It plays 2-player. We played it on the stream. We learned it and played it on the stream just like that. And then we played a couple games yesterday as well. So I'm now 5 games into Cross Clues. And I've been loving it. This game is so great. I mean, if you are a fan of Just One or Codenames or things like party games like that, I think you will really like this game. You flip the timer and you have till the timer ends to like fill in the grid as best you can. And people will have cards in their hand like D1. And you'll try and connect the 2 words. So like it might say dog, school or something, and then you have to like find a commonality word where somebody will guess D1 when you give them a 1-word clue. So you could say, I don't know, bell, dog, bone. I don't know whatever you say for dog in school. I didn't really think of this through, but you could say, and then somebody will guess D1, or if they guess D2, you'll be like, oh, nope, and then they throw it out. And so that's 1 point that you could have otherwise had. So you'd want to be careful and make sure you give a proper clue so you don't get mixed up with like, the other cat school. I don't know. And yeah, Michael's like, you can't be so quick. I'm like, I gotta be quick. The timer is very stressful. I gotta say things that I think will work. And so Dan's not here. He can't make it on Fridays, but Michael gave a clue for like head of your friends. And I'm like, his clue was Dan. I'm like, all right, C3, done. Because he reads the rules and, we hang out all the time. So that was really funny. Okay, so Michael's like, she said Arthur, and I chose king plus armor. And I'm like, yeah, but it was stone and armor, because he pulls the sword from the stone. I guess I should have said Excalibur, maybe. But you probably could, you have to think really fast. It's not fair. It's not fair. All right. Whatever. Apuk says, I'd play any of them anyone had. I dying to know if I need to buy more games, more personally. That's right. I gotta play them all, and then I'll let you know how they go. All the games. But I actually really, really like this one. This one, anybody will play. I would play it anytime. It's super quick, and I've had so much fun just playing even the 5 games that we've played. So This is actually the first on the pile of games that I got this week. And that it literally showed up in the mail. I'm like, let's play. And then we played it that like 10 minutes later on the stream. So that was fun. Michael says, it makes a good wind down filler. And I agree. I also talked about a few other games I got to play online. And the first one was Darwin's Journey. It's been a while since we played it. It's been like a week or something. And Scott really likes this game. So we ended up teaching Pat. I taught Pat like super quick. I'm like, this is how you play. Bloop, bloop, let's play. And then we played it. And yeah, it was really good. I mean, Pat did really poorly, but he was new. I did really poorly. I don't know what happened, but Scott got his extra worker and he like went crazy. He did everything as bad as the best anybody could play. He got like a score of almost 250 or something. It was ridiculously high. Derek got his fifth worker and got around 180, and I didn't get my fifth worker and I got around 130. So I got absolutely pummeled. I was like, oh, Steph, how do you play this game again? Oh my God. This was Darwin's Journey. Yeah, it was, I got wrecked. Like, all right, so now I have to really prioritize getting my fifth worker because apparently that's the only way to do really well because dang, I got hosed. Having that extra action is really strong anyway, but man, I needed money and I didn't have money. I needed to explore. Get new findings to like present to the museum and everything. It did not go very well. And Scott was like doing everything perfectly. And so he was just like right on cue. Boop, boop, boop. And so he had a great time. We all had a great time. I really like that game. I still like Carnegie more. So play Carnegie. We played a game of Castles of Burgundy. And I managed to win this game mostly because I was awake and everybody else was sleeping. I mean, it was like 11 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm like, what do you want to play? And I'm like, Castle of Burgundy. And Derek had only played it once and everybody was kind of tired, but they all agreed to it because we all like Castle of Burgundy. And then it went on for like 2.5 hours and they were like, I should be sleeping. So it was Pook says, words of wisdom, if a game lets you get more actions, then get more actions. Yeah, but it doesn't let you because you need to have money to get that extra worker. It's not like, hey, do you want this fifth worker for free? Well, yes, of course I want this worker for free. No, in Darwin's Journey, you have to get $5, which is not easy, and you have to fulfill a gold objective, and if you fill a gold objective, you're not getting the other gold reward that you would otherwise get. So, yes, I see where you're coming from, but no, because it's not as easy as you say. Troye says, I like Darwin's Journey well enough, but I prefer Praga more right now. That could change, but I've played each 3 times so far. Both pale in comparison to Carnegie. 100 times, yes. And I think I might agree with Praga versus Darwin's Journey, but again, I played Darwin's a lot more, and Carnegie is far superior. You guys and your Carnegie. I want my $5. I want my $5. Oh man. And yeah, so I tend to agree with Troye there, but I think Praga could get old, but I think Darwin could get old too. But Carnegie is not getting old, so let's just go play Carnegie. As you do, as we do. Michael said Darwin did get old a little. I mean, the game is still great. And I've now played it, I think, 5 or 6 times. And that's a lot. And yeah, I'm not like itching to play Darwin's Journey right now, but it's not like I'm gonna be like, let's not play this ever again, because I will like to play it again. Um, and I have a feeling Praga will feel a similar way. Darwin did get old. He died at age 73. I hear him laughing upstairs. Prague is still going strong. Carnegie got older. Yeah. Yep, and the last game I wrote about was Second Chance, because Second Chance is always a delight, and I can usually convince people to play Second Chance if I say, let's play Second Chance. Okay. And actually, recently we've been playing a lot of Oh Hanami, just because we found a great mod that we really like, and it's easy and fun, and I've been loving Oh Hanami, so that's kind of been our go-to filler recently, which is great, because I've been really enjoying it. I've also been suggesting Zen Garden a lot, so I should actually contact Queen, because I really like Zen Garden, and it's that would be a keeper for me. I really like Zen Garden. I heard that, Michael. Prague is about 1400 years old, so really old. Oh yeah, Second Chance is so much fun. Games of Fire is so true. I love it, love it, love it. So that's all I wrote about this week. Next week, I will have my New to Me blog on Monday, so you can see all the rankings for the top. Well, I've learned 41 games so far. The month is yet to be over, so I still have a chance to learn a few more games. And I got a bunch of new games this week, so I'm going to show off the games I got this week. I mean, I like a bunch of new games. I guess games are coming out, which is very good, very good. The first one is, of course, Cross Clues. This came in and I immediately played it 5 times. So I think that stands by itself because it's great. And we've talked about it already. So Cross Clues was the first game that came in. I got a game today I'm very excited about. I put a little sticker on it, but Jekyll versus Hyde, a 2-player trick-taking game, which is on Board Game Arena right now, so you can play it. It's fantastic. I learned it, and Dan taught it to me, and I've been thinking about it nonstop. So I'm really excited that it showed up, because I'm a big fan, and I want to play it again. And so I wrote about it last week, and be playing that again. We'll probably show it off on the stream sometime soon, so that will be really good. Second Chance is better than Patrick Doodle, for sure. Derek! Caffeinate. Alright, so, in a recent piff, I piffed... What did I piff? Oh, Trekking the World and Marshmallow Test. I piffed that to my friend Shannon. He's going to come pick them up this weekend, so that's exciting for me. And in return, I got an awesome piff called High Rise. So, this game has looked really, really cool when I've seen people play it. It looks like big buildings are standing up, and I don't know. I've heard a lot of great things about this. Derek just joined us, and I think he's played it, so he's excited about it. I'm excited to check it out. It's a big box. It's city building. It's probably good time. So, that was a really cool piff. I was really excited for that. So, really cool. Derek says I have it. It's good. So, that will probably be something we play sometime. How long is a game looking? It says 90 to 120. So it's on the longer side. 1 to 4 players. There you go. I'll put that down there. The box is large and it's fairly heavy. It's not as large Oh, I'm like out of focus. It's not as large as some of those big boxes like Gloomhaven, but it's like a Uva box size. It's like, it's like Feast for Odin size. Okay, so I got this game right here called The Key Sabotage at Lucky Llama Land. And so the level of difficulty is 1. Hey, thanks for following. I have my little guys over there though, but I usually have my little guy. Thanks for following. And so the key, I was like, okay, Michael, I don't think we should play it on the stream because it will be very puzzly and we'll be like this, not really talking. But if I get the chance, I might do a solo mode, just a solo game of it, and we could find a key together and we could talk out, the possibilities, or you can hear me talk it out. So, Michael says, I think you should solo it. So I might just do that. I think it's a really interesting game, and there's one part of the game where it's really difficult to figure out exactly what they're trying to get at. But that's about it. So I had the wrong, so it's a deduction type game. You're trying to figure out the clues and the perpetrator and what they, was it this girl? Was it this guy with the, where there's no weapons on the cover, with the knife at the roller coaster? Like they ruin these rides or whatever. So you're trying to hi. Michael got me my booger. Thanks, Michael. Oh, did I say cooperative?
I picked her booger.
It's competitive.
I said that it's competitive, not cooperative, to illustrate the reason why we would be heads down and quiet.
Oh, okay.
And why it doesn't work on a stream, because the two of us would not be saying anything to anyone.
We don't want to give away information that I wouldn't want to give information, because we're trying to solve the same thing.
But I think it would be perfect for solo.
Yeah, I could do. I mean, it wouldn't take very long. It's literally a 20-minute game. I could do it solo for sure.
That's right.
And there's 9 different cases in here that you can work on. And I know that there's other key games in the series, so there might be different levels that they put out 3 the same. This is the Sabotage at Lucky Llama Land, but I know that there's another one. So I know that there's multiples, and they each have multiple cases. So I'm excited. I think this is a really interesting little game that they got here. So I would definitely play it again, and I should probably play it on the stream.
That's right.
That's right, Michael says. Yeah, he's really cute. So I appreciate you following. All right, so what else? I got a couple prototypes. So Michael always goes, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. I got this game called Blaze. I gotta put it back here. Blaze. And I asked Troye and Dan to see if they could find, a site with a game that we could play. And it looks like we could easily make it happen on TTS or something. It's supposed to be along the veins of the Great Down Moody or something. I don't know. Or there's a long history of this card game, and then there's been tons of variations, and then there's been and one of those variations was the Great Dalmoody. I know you love Dalmoody. But I have no idea what it really is. It's a prototype, and I don't really have much other information other than that. It was sent from Heidelbar. Durack. Thank you, Shrey. Yeah, I forget. Durack. Oh, yeah. A Durack game for 3 to 5 players. In any case, it's not a 2-player game, which is why I asked, Shrey and Dan to see if they could figure out. But it definitely looks like more than 30 cards, but it does not look like 80 cards. It looks more like the 53 card deck, like you said. All right. This was another prototype that I got called Ragnarok. Dawn of the Heavens Massacre. So this was obviously from Drive-Thru Cards. I have all these different decks here. I have no idea, but look how cute. He's my friend. He's my friend. My friend. I don't watch Star Trek, so I don't know the references. But Ragnarok, another prototype. No idea, but we'll try it. We'll try anything once. It's Ragnarok, Dawn of the Heavens Massacre. Ragnarok. Dawn of the Heavens Massacre. Blink, 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 blink. I'll find it. Ragnarok. Maybe. Maybe not. I just have to... I don't know. It's somewhere in there. I know it's around. I know it's... I found it once before. But it is a prototype. So... yeah, I'm not seeing it. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Oh, here it is. Found it. Alright. Oh, yeah, that's... yeah, you got it. Okay. 2 minutes too late. Well, you're like, what's this? Question mark. I'm like, I don't know. I found it once before, so... I know it's there. CCG. What does CCG stand for again, Michael? Please enlighten me. Card collectible game. I forget what it stands for. Collectible card game. I think, but I'm not really into collectible. Carnegie game. That's it. I like that more. Let's just play Carnegie. Who needs these other games when you have Carnegie? We've been a bit crazy about Carnegie. Alright. That's not it. I got I don't know, 10 more games to show off here. We got a game called Combo Clash. As another sun sets and the pale moon rises, the creatures gather for the clash, the ultimate test of wits and abilities. Hub Games. Combo Clash. I mean, I have no idea. It says 20 to 40 minutes. It doesn't look like it should take 40 minutes, but I guess if 4 people are playing, who knows? Who knows? All right, this next one I'm very excited for. Color it. I want to color. I'm very excited to color. See, what's crazy is that See, I thought this was a game that I've been playing at Total Con for 10 years now. And I believe that they used a very similar design to what I've played in the past with coloring with the die. You roll a color and the number and you color it in. So I feel like I've played this game before, but I know it's definitely not the game I've played. But I'm excited just to color. So I know that this is gonna be great. An excuse to color, exactly. I'm all for it. All for it. So it's the game you played before that isn't the game you played before. Exactly. It's very much like the game I've played before, but not that. Because that game was by Chip. And this game is not by Chip. Stop being a troll. Alright. Next roll and write game up. Troye's Dice. I kind of feel like Michael should play Troye's before we play Troye Dice. However, maybe I should put Troye's up for next week's challenge. Oh, okay, you've played Troye's. Then we're good. We're good. Okay, so then we can play. Alright. 30 minutes. 1 to 10 players. Ready to roll some dice. The dice game is nothing like the original. I'm not anticipating it be anything like Troye's, but, you know, I feel like it's one of those situations where Michael played Nations, the dice game, before he played Nations. And so that's, like, not cool. Yes, I love Troye's too. And that's on Board Game Arena. So I wouldn't be surprised if Troye's Dice showed up on Board Game Arena as well. Mostly because it's Asmodee and Troye's is already on there. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I've been wanting to play that for a while. Okay, so now I got a recent Kickstarter in, which is very exciting. Because I've played this game. Wow, this box is so heavy. And I really, really enjoy this. And it does require 3 or more players. So I'll have to play it on TTS. And then I'll take pictures of it. But you know what also came with it? I'm very excited. Because it came with a lot of goodies, if you will. It came with this awesome insert. Oh, my hair. Hey, thanks for following. Dan, Reverend Dan. Excellent. I got this awesome insert, which goes with it, which I don't even know how because this box is so heavy. It's like jam-packed. And not only that, I got this amazing playmat. So we got this side. And then we got the back side, which is clearly Europe. So I'm guessing this is the United States. Yep. This mat is so cool. Or 2 mats. It's 2 mats. It's so cool. So that is amazing. It's so awesome. I'm trying not to make a lot of noise because I know it's crinkling. But I'm very excited to play Mini Express again. I have a prototype copy of the game, but now I have the real game, and it's just better. Dan has a question. Sorry, Dan, what's the question? Those inserts are so satisfying to put together. Is that a broken token? It says it is not broken token. It says it is Crowbox wooden insert compatible with Mini Express. Glue free. Glue free. Yeah, I was thinking it looked very much like it looks like the quality of Meeple Realty, but it does say Crowbox on this right here. So it was probably, yeah. So, you know, that's really cool. That's really cool. I really like the Mo Ideas guys, and I'm happy to play this game again and have the final version of it. Glue free? I don't believe it. They always say optional. I've always used glue. That's probably true. It's probably safer to use glue. I have Meeple Realty inserts that I've haven't had time to put together for like years, and I'm like, I need to put them together. I need to just do it, but it's time consuming to put inserts together. That's for sure. So Mini Express, super excited. Beautiful, beautiful game. All right, stop making noise, Steph. Stop it. And I wanted to make sure to give Reverend Dan my warm welcome. Thanks for following. Got my little rainbow booger there. Michael says I'm bad at assembly. So yeah, it's not like Mini Rails. So Mini Rails is, just it's a lot lighter than Mini Express. Mini Express is a fairly light networking building game, but I think the options in Mini Express are better than Mini Rails. So your every turn, I think the choices are more interesting in Mini Express. You know what? I actually kind of compare it to what was the capstone game? Oh, what was that capstone game that just came out? Help me, Troye. I know you know. I compare it directly with this game, and Ride the Rails. No. It's definitely not Iris Gouge. Whatever, however you say that. I think it's Ride the Rails. Or is it called that? Yes, Ride the Rails. And Ride the Rails is just not as good or as elegant as Mini Express. And I will always choose to play Mini Express over Ride the Rails. So, Buena. So Ride the Rails had a lot of piggybacking problems that I did not like as much, and Mini Express is definitely better about that. But again, it's been a while since I played Mini Express, but I remember really enjoying it, and so I'm excited to get that back to the table, and maybe use that new Europe map, which is different, so that's exciting. Okay, so that's the small box games. Now for the big box games that I'm here to talk about. They all meld in my mind, Derek says, because we played them at the same time. Yep. All right, everybody knows my love for Gingopolis. Hey, a new edition of Gingopolis. I don't think anything's changed. Except the little gray cylinders are now actual, pieces. I don't think the artwork has changed. It does not look like the artwork has changed. I think the cover's changed, but I don't think the actual tiles have changed. I don't think there's any other changes, though. But, yay, everybody can get Gingopolis now. They don't have to be like, where can I get Gingopolis? It's years and years and years. At least, once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month. People will be like, where can I get Gingopolis? And you know what? Now, it's back in print. Everybody can get it. Everybody can learn on their own. They don't need to ask me to teach them, because everybody always asks me, can you teach me Gingopolis? I'm like, yeah, I can, yeah. This is my favorite game. Yeah, my number 1 favorite game. But I don't know, if I needed this, but it's fine. I have it. I have to make sure. I have to open it up, make sure everything looks the same, and then we'll decide. But I keep everything in my expansion box because it's about half the size of this box, and I'm like, everything fits in the expansion box just fine. And so, I keep everything in the expansion box. So this box is, way too big. It's way too big. It is my favorite. It is my favorite game. I have it in the shopping cart, and I was looking for other games to buy at the same time, but there isn't anything else I want to buy. Well, Nothing? Not one thing? I'm sure I could think of something. Carnegie. So yeah, Gigapolis. Now available with the same horrible colors. They didn't bother changing the colors. So that's lame. I don't like the colors in Gigapolis. I got my own personal red pieces, so I have red pieces. Yeah, I know the auto coloration has been like, I'm using the actual webcam today and it's just kind of going crazy. Trying. I got all the shrink wrap on all these games. All right, another game that's kind of been being buzzed about all over the geek that I haven't yet played is Cryo, the new Z-Man game. I love Z-Man games in general, so I'm sure that it's great. I have no idea what it's about. Salvage what you can and settle underground before the sun sets. Don't know. It says 2 to 4 players, 60 to 90 minutes. So it was on the hotness today, if you follow the hotness list, which I think I'm pretty much the only person that follows that. But every Friday there's a geek list that's like, these are the 50 top hot games. And then people say, I played this. And this was on it. So I guess I got to get it played. People are talking about it. Bye Games of Fire, thanks for stopping by. I am interested as well. This looks really cool. Ratings are all over the place. 3 10s, 2 4s out of 10 ratings. Okay. Yeah, but people, it's still early. But there's been a lot of talk. So we will see how that goes. I'm excited. Looks good. All right. Next game that came in with Jekyll versus Hyde was a game called Box Monster. This weighs virtually no pounds. It's like super light. I think it's just a box. I don't know, but it looks pretty much hilarious because looking like you stick your hand in a box and then he spits out some stuff. Blah. Blah. So this looks super cute. Ages 6 plus, 2 to 4 players, 15 minutes. We'll definitely be playing that on the stream sometime soon. I'm sure. It's huge. It's a huge box. All right, and now we got 2 more games that I'm excited about because I really like the theme. We got Danger Park. Box Monster. Danger Park. I have no idea, but it's a theme park game, and I love theme parks, so I am very excited to check it out. I don't know what Michael's trying to get me to sing, but I'm not very good at it. Box Monster. I don't know.
Box Monster.
I don't know what you're singing.
Rock Lobster.
Oh, Rock Lobster. Box Monster. The theme of this park is danger. Can you make a quick buck before the park gets shut down? The easy part, build a theme park and make as much money as possible. The hard part, Danger Park is full of mayhem, negligence, and fraud. Take the biggest risk, snatch the biggest reward, and get away with it in Danger Park. Build sketchy rides. So that will be fun. I like that. That'll be fun. And then of course we have Fun Fair. More theme parks, but this is Fun Fair, not Unfair. It's Funfair. Guys, I've been waiting for this. Unfair was originally too mean for me, but then I grew to love it. And I love Unfair. So I'm very excited for this, Funfair edition. It looks amazing, of course, because I'm a big fan of Unfair. So obviously I was like, I need to have this game. It's so great. But what if you find danger to be the most fun? Then you want to go with Danger Park. Danger increases the thrill. But you know what? You could just have Funfair and Danger Park, depending on who you're playing games with. And Unfair. You can have all of them. That's like 3 amusement park games in 1 week. What else did we play that was amusement park? What was the third one? Oh, the Llama Land? Llama Land? I'm like, yeah, I guess it was, because the key to the Llama Land, that was an amusement park too. That's good. I really like this theme. It's a great theme. So Michael wants to make a roller coaster with no exit that launches into a Ferris wheel like the Roller Coaster Tycoon. He loves amusement parks. Yes, it sounds like a theme for the night. It sounds really fun. So as you can see, I am, I got a bunch of new games to play, and I'm very excited. Obviously, I'm excited that everybody, finally can, have Gangopolis. The best game, guys. Right here. The #1 game. Imagineers is interesting. I have yet to play Imagineers. The board is pretty much hideous. But I would play it. I would definitely play it, of course. But I'm very excited for Funfair, and I'm excited to check out Danger Park as well. So those seem really great. Cryo looks amazing. Color It looks amazing. High Rise looks amazing. Cross Clues is amazing. Lots of great games, guys. Lots of great games. So it's very exciting. And yeah, that's all I had for you today. So cheers. Oh, I got an auction going on. I have an auction. If anybody wants to buy some games, Michael did the little command auction. It's going to run through next Sunday. I'll close it after our stream next Sunday. And yeah, I got like 1 million games for sale. Obviously, I would bundle multiple purchases in one shipment, so it save you on shipping. But yes. Don't be like Drew. Buy them all at once. True. Very, very true. So I have that going on. That Joan of Arc is crazy. I know. It's a sweet deal. It's a sweet, sweet deal. Just need somebody to buy it. It's all bundled up because somebody was going to buy it from me, and then they didn't. So that was really sad. It actually looks like Joe R is buying something from me. So if you know Joe R, then you can get on his bundle, and I'll send everything at once. Oh yeah, the other guy who tried to buy Joan of Arc, he lowballed me. I'm like, no, it's already low, really low, really, really low. But yeah, so auction time, buy games, be happy. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, we got one more shout out for channel points usage. If you have channel points you want to spend, you can use them on community challenges right now. I have the Versus challenge going on for this week. I have La Granja versus Grand Austria Hotel. Which game would you rather see Michael play? Because he hasn't played either of them. And I will teach one of those games to him so we can play that next Sunday. It looks like Lagrange is taking a full force lead because I know Shrey and Derek both really like Lagrange, and I believe somebody else also used some channel points to see Lagrange being played. Because Lagrange is pretty much fantastic, and it's a game that everybody should play, and it's now available on Board Game Arena. And Grand Austria Hotel is actually available on Yucata.de, so these games are both available to play online right now, which is great. And Derek goes crazy, love Lagrange! I thought I was gonna, so we played a async game, and we just finished it the other day, and I really thought I was gonna win that game, so that was like super sad. I'm like, I was $1 short of having like an amazing last turn, and I'm like, no, and that $1 pretty much ruined me. I would have won the game otherwise. So every dollar counts, guys. Every dollar counts. as you would think, and just everything matters. Everything matters. So get your channel points in for your votes for Lagrange or Grand Austria Hotel. Derek's like, I was $1 short too. I just needed $1 more to make one delivery to the market, and then it would have been 6 points plus extra bonus points plus the extra point at the end of the. I mean, that would have been like 8 or 9 points or something. So. And I ended up like losing. I was tied with Derek for the losing. We had 63, and I think the winning was like, I don't know, 71 or something. I don't know. Whatever it was, my final turn would have been amazing if I just had $1. Curses. Yep. 70, there you go. So I could have had it. Could have, so close, but so far. There we go. Noisy Mom contributed $250 to the Grand Austria Hotel Challenge. Thanks for doing that. You never know what will happen. You never know. Hey, Castell came out of nowhere last week, and I was like, oh, people wanted to see it. It was like Isle of Cats was like funding. It was like about to fund, and then Castell was like, ooh, catch up a little bit. So. Yes, you either get the game you want or you'll get your points refunded. So either way, you don't lose. So there's no risk. All reward. And yeah. And then as soon as it's a new month, we'll have a new monthly challenge going up. And I have to figure out what that's going to be. So that's exciting. And yeah. I think that's about it today, guys. Castell is better. Even though Castell is the better game of Isle of Cats, people want to see Isle of Cats. And Isle of Cats is still a fantastic game. And I actually think they're both, in my opinion, very similar. I rank them pretty much the same. I like them both a lot. I really love Castell. It's a game that probably more people should play because probably many people don't know about it. And that's the game I wanted to win, but I'm really happy to show off Isle of Cats too because I really like Isle of Cats, and that also needs more love. So I'm fine with either of them winning. We'll probably play Castell sometime on the stream, down the line because it's a great game that people should play. Let the people have cats. I see Megamouth made it to the auction. Oh yes, it did. It's all yours. I think it's a low price of like a couple bucks. Not really. Not believable. Inconceivable. What? I think there's like 250 games on the auction list, and that's not even all the games. I still have more that I could add, but I'm like, we'll see. I don't know if anybody's bid anything on the mystery boxes. The mystery boxes are going for $0. $0. That Super Yum might go into the mystery box. Don't tell anybody. I guess it's a keeper. Shrey, don't be so silly. Don't be so silly. I just don't think anybody. It might be in the miscellaneous because there is no BGG entry for Super Yums. So yes, the mystery boxes plus shipping, some assembly required, batteries not included. And batteries might be included depending on the game, but maybe. Inconceivable. I'll have to go look at the auction. It looks like I've got 2 comments since it's gone live. Looks like Joe is one of them. So we'll see if anybody bids. Hopefully people will bid. I put the prices fairly low, lower than last time. So got to get some games sold so I can ship out some stuff. I need more room because as soon as, there are cons again and we're going to get a lot more games, and I don't have space. There's nowhere to put these games except in a box and mailed out. So make some offers. If you want multiple games, you can, offer me what you think is the valid price for all the games. And you know what? Who knows? I might say yes. It depends if I'm feeling generous. But yeah, depends on the games. It depends on what you want, and depends on where you're shipping to and all that stuff. But yeah, make me offers. I'm willing to hear you out. So that's happening right now through next Sunday. So it's like 7, 8, 9 days or something like that. So, there's still some time, and it just started. So all the time. You should buy cat food. Why? Because Michael's preparing for a cat that he's going to get. Only if he's really cute. No, he's going to get cat everywhere. Cat hair everywhere. We already have games everywhere. Isn't that enough? Oh my god, yeah. Shipping to Europe is insane. So definitely... I would consider shipping to Europe, but it doesn't generally make sense. Somebody's even bought a game for me. It cost $75 to ship, and they're like, let's do it. I'm like, you're crazy, but okay. If you really want to pay $75, then that's fine. Crazy, but sure. So it's happened. I'm not saying it's smart, because I think that's like a lot of money. Yeah, exactly. Most people see the ship and say, heck no. Heck no. All right. That's today's stream, guys. I will be right back.